Hey everyone, I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today we are reviewing the Masters of the Universe Origins Castle Grayskull Playset, which is available now. I would like to say a big thank you to Mattel for providing Castle Grayskull for review. Greatly appreciated. This is a timed Walmart exclusive and will then see a wider release after a certain amount of time. I'm not sure exactly how long. Most likely a few months before other stores will get it, so stay tuned for updates on that. Castle Grayskull is inspired from the 1982 playset, which was the first edition when the line launched. If you've been around that long, you're going to remember this playset as one of the most iconic playsets of the 1980s and pretty much ever made in toys. This is remarkably familiar to a lot of people, so just like the brand name Masters of the Universe, He-Man, Skeletor, She-Ra, names like that. So for those of you that are around in 1982, you should pretty much know what to expect with this release. It has a lot of those same elements, a lot of the same accessories, with the exception of the Temple Goddess Sorceress, which was not included with Castle Grayskull in 1982 in the US. So I find that very interesting that she's included in this one, and I think it's a great addition to the set. You really need this character for this playset. She's the guardian of it, so it's great that Mattel included her in there. And you can see an image of her right there on the box, including an image with the artwork a little bit to the right where the figure is shown. I also want to say that we haven't gotten a Castle Grayskull on store shelves since 2002, when Mattel relaunched the line that's most commonly called 2000X. So 19 years is a long time to wait for a new Castle Grayskull to come out on store shelves, with the exception of the Mega Construx Castle Grayskull, which never really made it on shelves, so I'm not going to include that in the count there. It's really 2002, 19 years since we've gotten a Castle Grayskull on store shelves, and I'm not including the Masters of the Universe Classics Castle Grayskull with that. As I'm sure you're aware, that was an online exclusive through Mattycollector.com. The box art has a lot of incredible detail, and the artists really did a phenomenal job on this. There's a lot going on, as you can see. It's not just Castle Grayskull on the backdrop, but there's some really good action shots going on, such as He-Man facing off against Skeletor, who's trying to enter Castle Grayskull and learn its secrets, and he has some of his henchmen with him that are fighting the Masters of the Universe. To the right of He-Man and Skeletor, you see Man-at-Arms, Merman facing off Teela versus Trapjaw, Man-E-Faces versus Beastman, and above them is Stratos. On the top of Castle Grayskull, you see Zodak looking down. To the left of He-Man and Skeletor, you see Ram Man facing off against Triclops, and you see Evil Lyn controlling horde skeletons that she's using her magic ability to basically control them. And you see that green magic stuff she's using with her wand there. So here's a closer look, just giving you guys a really good look at the artwork. You could see that these skeletons have the horde logo on their chests, which is pretty cool. And you see Evil Lyn controlling them. Right there, you see Ram Man facing off against Triclops. He-Man versus Skeletor. Right here, very nicely done artwork. You see the Masters of the Universe squaring off against the Skeletor's evil warriors. And there's your look at Stratos right there. So, going up, you see Zodak right there. You also have the new for 2021 text right there on the box. Here's a look at the Masters of the Universe logo right there. Below that, Castle Grayskull. And as I said before, the Temple of Goddess Sorceress is right there. The top of the box gives you a look at some of the features that are inside. So there's your look at the back of Castle Grayskull, and all of these accessories are included with Castle Grayskull, along with the trapdoor feature. Just none of the figures are. And there's your look there. I also want to give you guys a look at the side of the box. You see Fisto squaring off against this other character right there. And here's a look at additional characters up there. Top of the box. And on the other side you have Battle Cat facing off against Panther. Here's a look at the rest of the other side. The Master's logo. Here's a look at the back of the box, giving you another look at Castle Grayskull, the front and back sides of it, along with many of the figures that are available right now for both the Heroic Masters of the Universe as well as the Evil Warriors. Also on the back is a look at the Land Shark, which I'm also going to be reviewing, and on the top right hand side there is a look at the interior details of Castle Grayskull, which, if you're familiar with the one released in 1982, it pays a tribute to that. So here's your look at the interior to Castle Grayskull. You see a lot of those familiar accessories there, all of which were also included with the Classics release. So let's take a closer look at the rest of what's going on here. And you have a look at all these Masters figures with their names right next to them so that kids can identify them. And it's also advertising for Mattel to let people know who else is available. And here is a closer look at Temple of Darkness Sorceress. So what I'm going to do now is open this up and let's take a closer look. So everything just slides out of the box, and all those accessories that you see on the bottom there are placed inside Castle Grayskull. It's all stored very nicely and neatly. So once you open it, you're going to see all those right there. Temple of Darkness Sorceress is in one of those larger plastic bags, which you see right here. And you see a number of the other accessories and everything that I'm going to check out and review. So I'm going to put this together and let's take a closer look. Here's a look at the interior details of Castle Grayskull. If you remember from the 82 version, it basically looks like this. This one includes two different weapons racks, and it comes with a Temple of Darkness Sorceress figure, which you see on the top there. Very nicely done. You see the ladder, the computer, the throne, various accessories on top. I, for one, am very excited. One thing I do want to say about the packaging, especially the box, my recommendation would be to keep it. And that is because in the 80s, Castle Grayskull was just so mass-produced. They made tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of units, whatever it was. This Castle Grayskull, I really don't think Mattel is going to be mass-producing this. So my recommendation, again, is to keep the box because I think it will be more valuable in the long run with the box. Here's a closer look at the top. I'm going to take a look at these in sections. This one, you have a look at the computer there, along with the elevator. And as I'm sure you're aware, just like the 82 version, the elevator goes down. So you can raise it to the bottom there. There's a look at it down there. And you can even raise it back up to the top. Behind it, You see the computer there. This piece is a sticker. There's also a sticker sheet, which I took a picture of. So go to toyhypeusa.com. The written portion and photo gallery of this review has a picture of the sticker sheet. The ladder. This is also removable. And you see two grooves that are right there. Here's a closer look at the grooves of the ladder. And scrolling up, you see where this goes. So the ladder will be attached to there, just like that. And there's a look there. The ladder can also be moved right over where the throne is. So you see these gaps right here, which you also saw up here. These would just rest like there. Castle Grayskull also includes a trap door, which is located right next to the throne. There's also a computer, which you see right there, along with two soft flags, which is right here. This one has a purple guy. This one has a red guy on there. The trap door activates when you rotate the throne, as shown. So you can have a character like He-Man, Skeletor, whoever you want, stand on there and they will drop down. Here's a look at this section of Castle Grayskull. This almost looks like a hidden door, but on this side, there's no way to open it or anything. And as you're aware, the elevator drops down to here. And on this side, this is the drawbridge, the back part of it. When you insert the power sword, the bridge would open, and you can see that gap right there. There's a little mechanism in there where you put the sword in, this will fall open. So on the outside. So I'll be demonstrating that. You also see the sticker sheet right here, which has the prison with all those little monsters. And there's a closer look. Sticker sheet is very nicely detailed. And the trap door, which I showed you, is also a sticker sheet, which you see right there. And also part of the sticker sheet is that part for the throne. Here's a look at the sorceress sitting on the throne. And as you can see, she's not really meant to be sitting on the throne. As the wings are kind of get in the way, there's no way to comfortably sit her on there. She just more rests like that. The instructions specify that a character such as, it actually has Skeletor shown sitting on the throne for some reason, but pretty much any character without wings or a plastic cape, something like that, could comfortably sit on the throne. So here's a look at the instructions. This is the first page, and it gives you a look at all of the accessories included. Open this up, and you get a look at the inside where all the pieces go, stuff like that, as well as the features here. So this instructs you how the trapdoor works, as shown. And this one here instructs you how to insert the power sword to open the front gate, which you see it pointing here. Opening this up, and you see where the stickers go on here. Moving this over. These are the instructions where all of the parts go and how to assemble it. So there's your look there. And going back to here, where you see Skeletor sitting on the throne, it doesn't show the sorceress for some reason, it shows Skeletor. So you have him sitting on the throne, and you have He-Man standing on the trapdoor. And as I just showed you, turn the throne, and who's ever standing on the trapdoor will fall. And you see the sorceress standing up there, and you see Tila right there. So those are your or your looks at the instructions. It's very nicely done, easy to read. So you see what's involved here. And on this side, it gives you a look at the weapons racks. There's 2 of them. And this one here gives you a look at how to close the castle. So going back to this, here's a look at Tila sitting on the throne, as she would most likely take over from her mom, should her mom ever step down. And she's one of the characters that is easy to put on the throne, so I just went ahead and did that. And on here, when you turn the throne, Skeletor is going to fall down. So there's your demonstration of that. As I mentioned before, also included in the castle are 2 weapons racks. This one here pays tribute to the 1982 release. This one is brand new for this release. You have the spinning hammer accessory that you also saw back in 82. And another look at Sorceress, which is right here. The legs she reuses from Tila, so let's take a look at Tila again. So there's your comparison between the 2 figures. You see the legs are reused. I believe everything else is uniquely sculpted to the Sorceress, and we're getting the other version of the Sorceress, so in the mainstream line. So that's pretty exciting. As I showed you, the hammer spins around right here. This end is the Warthog head. This one is the fist. So that's very nicely done. The fist doesn't turn or anything, and neither does the Warthog head. 2 weapons racks. You have these removable accessories that figures can use. So you have a mace, you have this sword right here, you have this big blaster, and you have this axe. Here's a comparison with the Masters and Skeletor and Beastman inside Castle Grayskull. Masters of the WWE Universe also shares the same parts with Origin figures, so the 2 lines are compatible. And because of that, this line would also be compatible with Castle Grayskull, which you see right here. I put Jake the Snake Roberts sitting on the throne, who pays homage to King Hiss, so he fits on there pretty well. I have Mr. T and Seth Rollins, New Horde Order, Hulk Hogan, and Macho Man Randy Savage, and up on top I have The Rock. Much like the vintage toy, Castle Grayskull folds up the same way, and you can even put some of the accessories lying around back inside the castle, which you see here. I found it best to put the hammer accessory up there, the weapons racks down there. So when I close this, as you can see, it closes very neatly and lines up like that and lines up like that. So you heard the snaps. You saw how these 2 snap together there. And now let's take a look at the front of Castle Grayskull. So, as you can see, very nicely detailed. They removed a lot of the black deco from the face of the original one released in 82. That has been replaced with the green deco around it. I like it better. I was never thrilled with the black deco there. They left it on the eye sockets and the nose, which looks great. But if you remember the one from 82, there was black deco all around the face. I was never a fan of that, as I just said. So, to me, this looks much better. The front gate, Very nicely done. Just look at all that great attention to detail there. And of course on top, you have the front blaster and you have the flag up there. So that's very nicely done. There's a closer look at the face. And of course, there's a closer look at the front gate, which you see right there. And going in, you see the hole where the power sword goes into right there. The back of Castle Grayskull also pays tribute to the 1982 release. Very nicely done. You see the back of the flag right there with a different sticker. And we're going down, giving you guys a look. There's the other hidden door I mentioned, but this door does not open, as I demonstrated from the inside. So there's a look at the sides, giving you guys a look there. And of course, might as well just go back to the other side, giving you a closer look at those clips. Just like the 82 release, this is what it looked like. So there's your look there. And of course, let's take a closer look at this. This can raise up and down, and it can also swivel. But it's best used when the castle is open, so you can have a figure back there. The flag also rests on there. That's on a peg joint, so that's nice and securely done. So is the blaster, and of course, stickers on either side, which you see right there. Also, just like the 82 release, you're going to need the power sword to open the drawbridge here. So He-Man comes along by the power of Grayskull, sticks the sword right through there, and there you go. You can open the bridge. He can jump on there just like that. So overall, Castle Grayskull is a phenomenal playset. I personally love what I'm seeing with this. There's a ton of 82 elements from the original set. So I think both old school and new fans coming in will definitely love what they see here. Mattel's designers did a fantastic job. There's a lot of retro homages to it. Overall, my opinion is to get it. It's definitely worth adding to your collection, and there's certainly a lot of value to it. For $74.97 or something like that, you get the Temple of Darkness Sorceress, and you get Castle Grayskull. So I think it's a really good deal on top of it. Go buy it. It's a timed exclusive to Walmart stores, and then we'll see a wider release sometime after that. Thank you again to Mattel for providing this for review. Greatly appreciated. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Please like and share this video, as it tells YouTube to share it with more people. We would definitely appreciate that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more coverage, and also check out the written portion and photo gallery of this review. Thanks, guys.